Hi, I'm Scott Schubert. If you're involved in Forex trading, or if you're thinking about getting involved, this information is going to be extremely important for you. There is a very common and prevailing belief among many people who are attracted to the Forex trading business that learning to trade Forex has something to do with some kind of a little trick or a little method. When this indicator does this, you buy. It's something that you could learn in one weekend. Many people ask me, so what's your trading method? What indicators do you use? Is it stochastics? Is it RSI? As if trading successfully has anything whatsoever to do with taking a chart and throwing an indicator on it, or throwing 2 or 3 indicators on it. Have you ever noticed that when you put an indicator on your chart, they go up and down exactly the same as price? So obviously that's not the entire solution to solving the mystery of how to trade. It's a lot like if you walked up to an architect or building contractor and said, so how do you design and build a beautiful custom home? And instead of waiting for the answer, the person said, oh, I know how you do it. It's with a hammer. That's it, right? Aha! So that's how you do it. I'll just go get a hammer and I'll start whacking things, and then I'll have a beautiful new custom home. Now, does that seem a little bit ridiculous? Or let's say if you walked up to a professional concert musician and said, so how do you compose and play a magnificent symphony of the caliber of Mozart? And instead of waiting for the answer, the person said, ah, I know how you do it. You take one of those violin things, and it's got this little stick thing, and you rub the stick thing on top of the violin thing, and that's how you do it. So I'll just go get one of those violin things, and I'll start rubbing it with that little stick thing, and then I'll call Carnegie Hall and tell them I'll be there next week. Well, does that seem a little bit ridiculous? And yet, this is how many people approach Forex trading. Now, if you really intend to launch a multi-million-dollar business in a field that thousands of people all over the world have attempted to master and failed, and extremely few people in the world have ever mastered this business, might you think that it could have something more to do other than taking a chart and throwing an indicator on it? You think? Do you think maybe that it might actually involve laying a proper foundation of understanding certain fundamentals of trading, and then immersing yourself in a path of training and education over a period of time that might actually take some work and effort, and that it might involve some practice and testing and research and developing a skill over a period of time, something that might actually take more than one weekend, something that might be other than just throwing an indicator on a chart and when it goes up you buy, because if that were the case and it has somehow eluded the rest of the world except for you until this very moment in time, and you're the one person who can see that an indicator goes up and become a millionaire next week, do you think that maybe it might have something more to it than just that? And where do people get such ridiculous ideas about what Forex trading is all about? I have no idea, but I would assume that it might have something to do with the broker industry. They're the ones who are advertising and promoting this business, and people jump on board all excited about getting involved in Forex trading, thinking that they're going to become a millionaire next week, and that it's some simple little easy thing that anyone can do. And if you go to a broker website, what's the first thing you see right on the front page? Open an account here. And isn't it interesting that that is the very thing that most people do first, open a live account, when they know that they don't know how to trade? What is the belief that's behind that kind of mindset? If our actions are determined by our beliefs, what's the belief behind that? Obviously, people don't really believe that Forex trading is a legitimate business. And instead of actually planning to develop a business over time, they're thinking that they might somehow get lucky. And they're looking at it as a casino or a gambling venture. Because if you really have an intention to build this business and make it successful, you'd know right from the beginning that it would take some time and work. And you wouldn't have any intention of trying to make some money today. If you were going to become a surgeon and you were going to go to college and then on to medical school, and it was your freshman year in college, you wouldn't open up a practice and start performing surgery on people. That would be stupid, right? But why is it that people approach Forex trading that way? And the first thing they do is open a live account, and they know that they don't know how to trade, and they start losing money. Who would have thought? Wouldn't you think that that would be the last thing you do? I'm going to suggest something that most people in the Forex trading industry are not going to say to you. If you're thinking about getting involved in Forex trading, learn to trade Forex first and then open a live account. And I'm going to suggest one other thing to you. Learning to trade Forex might be something other than throwing an indicator on a chart, and when it goes up you buy. So I hope that these suggestions benefit a few people who have enough sense to realize that this is true.